Yo guys, what is up? It's your boy TRUEDBZMaster back with another video, and today I'm going to be going over Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta's specials and super attacks. So just like in the other character guide, like with Krillin, I'm going to be going over his toolkit in various amounts of videos, and we're going to be ending it off with a synergy tier list. So let's just jump right into it. Alright, the first special we're going to be talking about is his Super Dash Kick. So it's his Rekka series right here. So these come in 3 different variants, but in each of those variants they can be changed with the correcting button. So he has 3 Rekkas. So if you press the button once, you get 1. If you press it twice, you get 2. And if you press it 3 times, you get 3 Rekkas. So with all that being said, like I said, you can do it in 3 amounts of variants because there's the light version, the medium, and then the heavy version. So you can do core circle forward, light, 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 or you can do core circle forward, medium, 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 or you can do core circle forward, heavy, heavy, heavy. And all of these can be interchangeable with each other. So you can do light, medium, heavy, you can do medium, light, heavy, you can do heavy, medium, light, and so on and so forth. So all of these Rekkas can be interchanged with each other, which leads to some of the most unique combos and setups in the entire game. So right now we're going to be talking about his light version. So once again, you can do them all 3 back to back, and if you so all of Vegeta's light Rekkas are all a tight block string, so you cannot mash out of this. So if I do something like this, all of this is one true block string. So all the other Rekkas, to my knowledge, are not. His mediums are definitely not tight. You can reflect in the middle of these, and then I'm pretty sure I think these two heavy ones are tight, but the last one isn't. So if you do something like this, that last part is not a true string, but the first 2 parts are. So you want to keep that in mind. You won't really be using this guy right here. So, you know, you're mostly going to be using this guy and this guy to start, you know, your stuff. But without being delaying, let's just go right into his light one. So first I'll go forward L, which is this guy right here, is 12 on startup and -8 on block, meaning it is not safe. So this is mostly a combo tool, and also to begin your pressure, because like I said, it jails from normals. So this one is, like I said, a combo tool and something for pressure. So, you know, it's okay. Alright, now we're going to be going on to core circle forward, light, light. So it's this guy right here. So this guy is -10 on startup and -8 on block, so it is not safe. The interesting thing about this guy is that if you use your medium Rekka first, Vegeta actually recovers in the air. So as you can see, Vegeta is in the air when he recovers, meaning you can actually air dash afterwards. So as you can see from there, so that leads into Vegeta's mix-ups, which we will be talking about in a later video. But just to make sure you guys know, this leads into Vegeta's Rekka mix. So, yep. Alright, and the last of the light Rekka series is core circle forward, light, light, light. So this guy right here. So this guy is 13 on startup and -4 on block, meaning it is safe. So this is the optimal way you want to end your block strings. So if you're doing something like this, end your pressure with this, because this makes you safe. Do not end with, you know, this or this, because I'll talk about Big Bang later on. It is plus, but there is a gap. But if you want a truly tight block string, this is the best way to go. So it being -4 makes you safe. There's also another property on this, is that you can actually combo from the last part of the Rekka. So you can do it in a regular combo, or you can do it from a super attack. So I'll show you those two examples right now. So as you guys can see, you can actually combo off the last part of this Rekka, so it makes it a really good both a pressure tool and a hit confirm tool. So I'd say this is probably the best of Vegeta's light Rekka. Just the simple fact that it is safe on block, and like I said, you can combo from it from pretty much any situation you're in. So, you know, I recommend using, and particularly this last Rekka, pretty much as much as you can, because it just gives you the advantage in so many ways, and it's really good. Alright, now we're going to go into Vegeta's medium Rekkas. So, like I said, these Rekkas are actually not in a, they don't jail from normal. So, you know, if you're trying to like pressure your opponent, if you start off with medium Rekka, it'll actually be reflectable. So you want to keep in mind that this is not a true block string. So just keep that in mind. As well as the other versions of medium Rekka. So if you do like light Rekka into medium Rekka, that's not a true string. And then if you do light into medium, that's not a real tight string as well. So all medium Rekkas have a gap in them, which makes them reflectable. So you have to make sure that you either A, use an assist that keeps it tight, or you try to use it as a mashing, as a mash bait. So let's just say if your opponent is like always mashing like in your pressure, you know, you can just use medium Rekka to punish them. I don't think there's a normal in the game that punishes this. I'm pretty sure like not even like 6-frame jabs can beat this, to my knowledge. So, you know, using this as a way to just bait out mashing is actually pretty smart, but the most use you'll get out of medium Rekkas is the mix-ups you can get from it. So, let's just start with his first Rekka. Okay, so going on to Vegeta's Corsical Forward Medium, which is this guy right here. So this guy is 17 on startup and 8 on block, so it's not safe. He also recovers in the air, so like we talked about in the last part with this guy being recoverable in the air, well, this guy recovers in the air as well, leading into Vegeta's mix-ups. So this guy is actually really important to Vegeta's game plan. So this is probably the most important tool in his toolkit, because this sets up what he wants to do, which is heavy rushdown and mix-ups. So I have Krillin and GT Goku right here, who both have assists that can set up his mix-up. So I will go more in depth in that in the mix-up guide, but I'll just show you a quick little example of GT Goku and Krillin using their assists to help out Vegeta mix-up. So as you guys can see from those examples, I didn't really go in depth because I'm saving the mix-ups for the mix-up guide. But as you can see, you know, GT Goku and Krillin can give Vegeta his mix-ups, so that's really important as well. This Rekka is also really useful for combo extensions as well. So if you're trying to, you know, do aerial combos or even some grounded combos, you can actually use this to keep up with the opponent and be able to combo afterwards, since this Rekka can be comboable from pretty much any situation, like I said. So I'll show one example of a combo that will make it actually useful, and then we'll go into Vegeta's second Rekka. Alright, going on to Vegeta's second Rekka, so, or second medium Rekka, this guy right here. It is 18 startup, -8. So this move is pretty much the exact same as this move right here. They pretty much serve the exact same purpose as a mix-up tool, because Vegeta actually recovers in the air, as you can see. So that gives him his mix-up condition. The thing I want to talk about here is that this Rekka is really good for special tag combos. So you know, if you have a combo that doesn't end in a sliding knockdown and you want to tag in a character, you can actually use this Rekka as a way to, you know, tag in the next character and then get a DR. So I'll show a quick little example of that, and we'll continue on. So as you can see, it's really good as a combo tool as well as a mix-up tool. So like I said, this recovers in the air, so it really sets up Vegeta's mix-up. So I'd recommend using this a lot as well. It is also really good for mid-screen combos, because it actually brings you really far, as you can see here. So if you can just imagine, you know, doing this in a combo, it'll pretty much take you like from full screen to corner, pretty much anywhere. But there is a move that I want to talk about later on that actually helps this move out as well. So we'll get into that really soon. But this move is really good. I'd recommend using it as well. And the last of Vegeta's medium Rekkas is the final one. So of course to go forward, medium. So it's this guy right here. So this guy is 18 on startup and -5 on block. But as you guys can see, not only does Vegeta land very far away from the opponent, so he's actually more in an advantageous state than he would at the light Rekka ender. So you can see you're right in your opponent, and then here, you're actually quite a bit far away, especially mid-screen. Just like Vegeta's other medium Rekkas, he actually recovers in the air. So this sets up his mix-up as well. If I can actually get it down, as you can see. So this is the main starter that you want to be using in his corner combos. So after this Rekka, Vegeta actually creates a wall bounce, which allows you to combo. For pressure, this move isn't really that useful. You can do stuff like this. You know, these two Rekkas are, you know, a tight string, and then you end it with the medium Rekka, which does have a gap, but like I said, you recover in the air. So if you know you're using your assist, you do something like this. Oops, something like this. As you can see, so he recovers in the air, so you do something like that. But I mean, these two Rekkas right here, you know, pretty much do that exact same thing, but you know, with less inputs. So this one is mostly used as a combo tool more than anything. So I'd recommend using it for combos, but not really much else. Okay, whew, there's a lot of Rekkas I'm going through in this video. Jeez, Rekkas, talk about Rekkas is really taking toll on me, bro. There's so many to go over. But these are the last ones of the Rekkas, so we're going over the heavy versions. So it's this guy, and then this guy. So we'll go over these guys, and starting off with the first heavy Rekka, it's this guy right here. So this guy is 12 on startup and -8 on block, meaning it is not safe. The thing about this Rekka though is that this has the most distance than any of his other first Rekkas. So this one pretty much reaches the opponent from full screen. So it's really good for, you know, if you want to do something like this, like you're zoning and then seeing if your opponent wants to do anything, and then, you know, you do something like this, footsies, bam, you're in, you know, something like that. So basically a Bardock Lariat, but a little bit less effective, because once again it's not safe on block. So if you don't have an assist, then this is pretty committal, all things considered. But like I said, you can cancel into his light Rekkas and then be considered safe. So the main use for this move is just to get out of the corner. So let's just say your opponent knocks you down, and then you up tech, and then you do this plus assist, cover yourself. That's what the main use of this Rekka is for escaping the corner, and then as well as full screen, you know, convergence type thing. So like I said, do some zoning, lariat, now you're in. So don't use this in combos, because I'm pretty sure this decreases the scaling in certain combos, but most of the time Vegeta does already do a lot of damage anyway, so I don't really see a use in using this Rekka, other than, like I said, escaping the corner and then, you know, getting in on your opponent with Lariat plus assist. So yeah, pretty good move. Alright, the next of the heavy Rekkas is Kurasugo Forward Heavy Heavy. So this guy is really important to Vegeta's game plan, probably his second best Rekka out of the group, sorry. So this is negative 10 on startup, sorry, and then negative 8 on block. So as you can see, this move can actually switch sides. So as you can see there, if you use this with the medium Rekka, Vegeta actually recovers in the air. So as you can see, oops. Sorry, I'm not used to this. There you go. So Vegeta actually can get mix-ups mid-screen by using assist. So, you know, if you do something like this, Vegeta actually gets his mix-up anywhere on screen with this. And then you can also do this in the corner to set up some stuff like this. Something like that. So this Rekka is really good. On its own, it's not really that impressive, but like I said, using it with medium Rekka makes it probably his second best Rekka in my opinion. You can also use this Rekka to get advantages in the corner. So let's just say if your opponent's like trying to, like, you know, put you in pressure, and then you do something like this. Do something like that, and then bam, now they're in the corner, and then now they have to take your pressure. So like I said, this move is really good. Like I said, probably his second best Rekka in the group, and I wholeheartedly recommend using this as much as you can, because this gives you mix, it gives you corner carry, it pretty much gives you the whole package. The only thing is that, you know, it costs resources, but I think it's plenty worth it when talking about something like this. So this is really good. Alright, and the last of the Rekkas is Kurasugo Forward Heavy Heavy. So it's this guy right here. So this guy is 13 on startup and negative 4 on block. Just like the other Rekka, which is this guy. Vegeta lands very far away from the opponent, so like I said, he's very much more advantageous than the numbers give you. So, you know, him being pretty much like without, I guess there's like only like Vegito that can hit you here, and then Gogeta. Not many characters can reach you from here, and then once again, since you're negative 4, you can actually backdash here, so you're pretty much safe. The main tool, the main use for this Rekka is actually for super dash conversions. So, you know, let's just say you're trying to like super dash at your opponent and you get the hit. Well, you can actually use this Rekka to actually combo mid-screen. So I'll show you an example here, and then we'll wrap it up with the Rekkas. Alright, so that is the last of all of Vegeta's Rekkas. So I went over a lot, and we're not even halfway through this video. I have so much more to talk about with this character. But his Rekkas are really good. All of them are very useful for very specific situations. The noteworthy Rekkas are his first medium, his second heavy, and then his last light Rekka. So these three Rekkas are actually Vegeta's most important ones. So like I said, this one keeps you safe, well as keeping it a safe string. And then these two, the medium and then the heavy, gives Vegeta his win condition, which is Rekka 50/50s. So these three Rekkas, I really want people to learn how to use, because these are what gives Vegeta his real power in terms of how he wants to win and play in the game. So now that we got all of his Rekkas down, let's talk about his Kurasugo back move, which is his command grab. So let's go into it. Alright, here, this one is pretty much self-explanatory because we only got 3 variants to work with. So hopefully, this won't take as long as the Rekkas, but this move is literally just as important as his Rekkas. So, this move is a command grab. The special properties about this command grab though is that 1, all of his command grabs reaches very far. So as you can see, Vegeta goes decently far here. Here he covers a giant angle in the air, so it's really good for meeting people in the air. And then this one is really fast, as well as, you know, being a grab as well. And also almost reaching mid-screen from full screen. So, you know, all 3 of these grabs have amazing ranges, and then are really good at anti-airing people. The thing that that is against this character is that all of his command grabs are actually dodgeable by crouching. So I guess that's the way of balancing this move, because honestly, if you couldn't crouch this command grab, it would probably be the best command grab in the entire game, other than maybe Broly's. But, you know, it's, you know, I'd say this is mostly a combo tool more than anything. But you can actually use this in pressure as well. My mentor that, you know, teaches me how to play, he constantly uses this move as a way of, you know, conditioning people with 6M, because they'd be expecting, you know, 6M to come out, so they block standing and then hit them with this, you know, to keep in their mind that, yeah, this move is still a threat. Other than that, the only other noteworthy thing about this, these command grabs overall, is that these guys actually deflect Ki Blast. So if you're playing against a character like Z Broly or Android 21 that constantly throws Ki Blast at you, you can actually just smoke them for it and then, you know, go from there. So now I'll start going into the actual variants of this move, but those little things are all universal for these grabs. All of them don't work against crouchers, all of them deflect Ki Blast, and then all of them have amazing ranges. So with that being said, let's start with the light grab. So let's get into it. Alright, going into Vegeta's light command grab. So this guy is 20 frames on startup, so it's pretty unreactable. And then it gives you 30 frames of knockdown. So this move is actually going to be your combo ender in 99% of your combos. Well, I should say about 90%, because there are combos where you can't end with this one, and we'll talk about that later. But yeah, this is mostly going to be your main combo ender. So, you know, instead of ending with jump heavy, you want to end with this, because this actually gives a lot of corner carry when it comes to combos. So, you know, that's going to be really important for Vegeta, because some characters that actually uses their smash, you can actually tag into Vegeta, and then he can end the combo. Since this isn't considered a smash attack, but rather a command grab, he can actually still end combos that other characters cannot. The only other way Vegeta can't get a sliding knockdown is if he uses his other command grabs in the combo. So you cannot do command grab into command grab. So as you can see, it just won't work. So you can't use 2 command grabs in the same combo. But, you know, if you're using another character who has, you know, like, you know, a smash attack, and then you tag into Vegeta, he can actually finish the combo. So that's the main purpose of this guy right here, is his main combo ender. And then the last thing I want to talk about with this move is that the fact that this sets up Vegeta's glitch. So this glitch allows Vegeta to basically get a free level 1. So I'm going to show you how it works, and then I'll tell you how to do it. So let's just see an example of it. Alright, now that you guys seen how the glitch looks, now I'm going to show you how it's done. So, for level 1s, you actually want to do this. So during the animation where the opponent is knocked down, so right here, you want to do half circle forward, assist, and then you want to do your super input. So, as you can see from here, so as you can see with one bar I got 2 supers. So yeah, that's really, really powerful. So once again, you want to do, while the opponent is knocked down, you want to do half circle forward, you want to do assist, and then do your super input. It works with both supers. Oops. It works with both supers, so both the Galick Gun and the Pummel. So, oh yeah, I messed up, sorry. So as you can see, it works with both supers. You can also do this for a level 3. So, in order to do the level 3 variant, you want to do a half circle back assist while doing the super. So here, I'll show you. So as you can see there, I got both a level 1 and a level 3 for 3 bars. So this is a really, really strong tool. I'd highly recommend learning this. So like I said, for the level 1 version, you want to do half circle forward assist. And then for level 3, you want to do half circle back assist. And then do whichever super input you want. So you can choose to do Galick Gun or Pummel for these. It really doesn't matter other than damage most of the time. There are certain supers that, you know, you can only do it with this, or you can only do it with this. But, you know, just test out your teams with this because it's really, really important. And until they patch this out, because honestly, I want them to patch it out because I don't think it's fair that Vegeta gets to have this. It's way, not way too good, but it's just like, it breaks the rules of the game. You know, if more characters had this, then it wouldn't be that much of an issue. And I think some other characters can. I think 17 can do it, but honestly I haven't really put into much time learning those characters. But I know Vegeta, you know, as you can see, he has it. So, you know, I don't think it's really fair that Vegeta gets to have this, because like, it's really, really good. Like, it's too good, honestly, in my opinion. Like, look at that. Like, that's really, really good. So, you know, I'd recommend using this, you know, against my better judgment, you know, use it until they patch it out. But that's one of the main reasons to use this move as well, because we were talking about his command grab before we started talking about the glitch. But like I said, this guy is a combo ender, and then as well sets up this, you know, the level 3 and then the level 1 setup. So, yeah, command grab. Alright, going on to Vegeta's Corsical back medium, which is this command grab. So as you can see, this guy is 23 on startup. So it's a little bit slower than the light version, but what it makes up in speed, well, it doesn't make up in speed, it makes up in distance. So this guy reaches much farther than the light and heavy versions, especially when it comes to the air. So as you can see, Vegeta goes from the ground to the air in a pretty good angle. This pretty much stops a lot of the air zoning. So if your opponent's, you know, throwing ki blasts in the air, you can dash up, command grab them, and then bring them down to the floor. As well as the jump version of this move, having a really good angle downward. The most use you'll get out of this is baiting reflect. So if you're doing pressure and then, you know, you do IAD jump heavy or jump medium, you can actually do IAD command grab like this, you know, to bait out reflect, which is really good. You know, something like that, and then do that. You know, so that's really important. As you can see, Vegeta gets a kick at the end of it, so he can actually combo from it. So, once again, you cannot do command grab after this as well, like I said in my previous section. So if you start your combo with this, you can't end with the second, the light command grab, because you already command grab with the medium one. So do keep that in mind. It's really important that you know this, because I've seen a lot of Blue Vegeta players don't know that. So, you know, just keep in mind that once you use this move, you can't end with this move. You have to find other ways to end your combos. And then the last thing I'm going to talk about the medium command grab is the fact that it doesn't take your smash attack, or at least not the command grab itself does. So as you can see here, I grab the opponent and then I super attack and then I get a combo. Now that is not universal. The light version of the grab does not give me my smash. As you can see, I can't combo from it, but here I can. So the reason why this is that the kick of the medium version is actually what takes away your smash. So as you can see, I do the kick, and then now, well, since I'm near the corner, I can combo, but if I'm full screen, then, oops. So if I do that, oops, sorry. As you can see, I can't combo from that. So the kick is what takes your smash, not the command grab. So this is really important when it comes to super dash confirms. So if you do something like this, and then bam, you're already comboing. And then, you know, you can actually do something like this. And then continue combo from there. So this move is pretty much good all around. There's really nothing wrong with this move, other than the fact that it loses to crouching, but you're not really going to be using this guy in pressure to begin with, so I don't really see it as a big negative. So this is probably Vegeta's best command grab move, honestly. You'll be using this a lot more than probably this guy. I mean, this guy ends your combos, but this guy really makes people scared to zone you, because if you get that one lucky frame where, you know, the key blast, you know, doesn't hit your opponent, you just go right through it. You know, if they're trying to zone you, dash block, bam, you're already in. So this guy is really good. I'd recommend using this a lot, especially when it comes to zoners, because zoning is not really a strong thing in this game because super dash exists. But there are some zoners that are actually good at it. So giving Vegeta a way to negate zoning other than core system mechanics gives Vegeta a leg up pretty much to everybody else in the cast when it comes to fighting zoning characters. Alright, and the last command grab is the heavy version. So this guy is pretty much a combination of the two. So he has the range of the light command grab, well, in terms of, like, you know, going forward instead of going upwards. So it pretty much does that, but it has the kick, which means it doesn't use your smash like the medium version, and then it gives you the kick just like the medium version, so you can actually combo from it, as you can see here. So like I said, this is basically a hybrid version. It's basically light and medium together, you know, in one move, but you're spending bar for it. So this move is probably the one you'll use the least. In most situations, the heavy command grab is not really that useful, other than maybe in pressure. You know, if you try to, you know, condition your opponent with 6M, then you throw this guy in, and then you get a combo. But, you know, Vegeta doesn't really do that. You know, like I said, you want to mix your opponent, not command grab them. So, you know, it's good, but definitely I would say the weakest out of the command grabs that we have in his toolkit. So it's good, but I definitely wouldn't recommend using this overall. But I mean, at least, you know, he has a command grab that pretty much goes full screen. So, you know, it's good, but, you know, light and medium are definitely better. Alright, the last of Vegeta specials, we have his Crossover Forward S, which is his Big Bang attack. So, this guy is 9 on startup, and then it is +3 on block, meaning you can actually use this in pressure to regain your footing. So if you do something like this, you know, it's really useful in the corner, like that, you know. to regain your, pressure. The thing about this move is that it's actually 2 hits. So here you can see, that's one attack, and then this is a different attack. See, the start off is at 11, as you can see here. So this move actually has a gap in it, which makes it a fair way of getting plus frames, because you can actually reflect this. So you can actually use this in pressure, like I said, to get some plus frames, but you can actually use this with spark, because this allows you to get an actual high-low 50-50. So if I do spark, big bang, there you go. So as you can see, since I am plus here, when I spark, you can go high and then go low. So this, like I said, since this move allows plus frames when the opponent gets hit, so it doesn't matter where the opponent gets hit, Vegeta's always +3. So if you're back here, he's +3. Right here he's +3. Up close he's +3. So no matter where he is on screen, if the opponent blocks this, he is plus. So when you're in Spark and you empty vanish, that basically gives you a way of going high-low. You do something like that, or you can do like, go low. I don't have meter, sorry. So if you do something like that, you go high, and then go low. So the Big Bang attack allows for that as well. This move is also good for combo enders. So, if you're ending your combos, oops. So if you're trying to end your combos, do something like that, and then bam, damage. So that's the main uses for Big Bang attack. The thing is, I want to preface with this part is that do not use this for neutral, because this move, as you can see, well, actually I have to make it width. Let's see if I can make it width. Yeah, so you're a negative basically 60 over. So that means if you dodge this Big Bang attack, you are always in a negative. So it doesn't matter if, your opponent, reflects or dodges, you're always negative when this move is whiffed. So that means you can basically super dash and punish Vegeta for doing this. So what I recommend doing is using his Ki Blast, like I went into his last part. When it comes to Vegeta's zoning, it's done so badly and it's misunderstood by majority of the community, because they just think, oh, Vegeta just wants to do this all the time. This is Blue Vegeta zoning. This is how it's supposed to work. But no, Vegeta's zoning is you patiently waiting, Ki Blast, Ki Blast, Ki Blast, Ki Blast, and then if you get the hit, then you do this and get a combo. But just jumping around doing this is not good Vegeta zoning. The only reason you would do this move in the air is to set up the spark mix, or for the opponent super dashing you at full screen. This move is actually really good against super dash, because the ball appears before Vegeta's hitbox is there. So if your opponent's super dash is right in front of you, the Big Bang assist will actually stop it. So it's good for that. But in terms of like, if your opponent's just sitting there doing nothing, you don't want to toss this out, because if they jump at the very right moment and they super dash at you, you cannot stop them no matter what. You can't reflect, you can't guard cancel, you can't do anything. You're just stuck here. So I only recommend using this for at least full screen with Spark. That way you can get that. Or if you have to do it full screen, do it with an assist. So something like that. Other than that, don't use this move as a zoning tool, because this is very, very punishable, and a lot of good players will be looking out for this. So I'd recommend just sticking to Vegeta's Ki Blast and then doing some zoning like this. Just seeing what the opponent does, and then if they get hit, then you can cancel into Big Bang attack and then get your combo started. But other than that, do not use this for zoning. So that's the main point of the section, at least for Big Bang, because I see so many Blue Vegeta players use this as a zoning tool, and it's not used for that. Especially because of them making it plus. So then making it plus basically changes the whole property of this move, because now it's an up close move that allows you to continue your pressure rather than the zoning tool. So then making this plus on block basically made this an entirely new move. So once again, don't use this as a zoning tool. Use it as a way to gain plus frames, or to punish super dash, or to set up 50-50 with spark. But all those things are very situational, so overall it's just a combo ender. Alright, so now we're going to be getting the last segment of this video, and we're going to be talking about Vegeta's super attacks. So the first one is his quarter circle forward R1. So this guy right here. So this guy does a 2230 raw. So this super move is actually really important to Vegeta's game plan, because this basically sets up his zoning. So, you know, if you are a Blue Vegeta main, you would know this, but this move actually hits full screen, as you can see here. So it also works with Ki Blast, as you can see. So that's one of the reasons why Vegeta's zoning is so scary, because if you get hit by that one Ki Blast, you're basically done. And you can do this from any Ki Blast as well. You know, if you do that. So like, at any point you get hit with a Ki Blast, you can do this super attack, and you can combo from it. Now the thing about what makes Blue Vegeta so special is that after Season 1, they took away double supers as a way to balance the game, but they actually made Vegeta keep his double super scaling. So that means Vegeta will get the full effects of his second super in level 3 when he does combos. So that's really, really good when it comes to, like I said, Vegeta's zoning, because that's really good in terms of, like, you know, hit confirming. That you don't have to worry about your combos being nerfed by the system. The last thing about this move I'm going to be talking about is the fact that not only does it go full screen, as you can see here, it's actually some beneficial to DHC with this guy than other supers, because with the Galick Gun, which we'll talk about later on, it actually pushes the opponent upwards. So some super attacks like Krillin's Destructo Disc can actually miss when DHCing. So here I do Vegeta's Pummel, and then it sets up perfectly Krillin's Destructo Disc. But if I do Galick Gun, then I would have to bring the Destructo Disc upward. So as you can see, sometimes it can whiff. So for certain characters, I'd say rely on this a lot more to end your combos. But if you know you're gonna kill, then you just DHC as soon as possible. You know, or for Krillin, you just aim it upwards. So I just thought I'd mention that as a final note to this super move, because it sets up basically every super in the game, because you know the knockdown. So I just thought I'd mention that. Alright, the next level 1 is Vegeta's Galick Gun, which is this guy right here. So this super is actually the more damaging out of the two. So this move does a lot more damage than the Pummel, as you can see here. Well, actually that's not fair, because I did the grab first, but you know, this does more damage than the Pummel. So this one is going to be the one that you DHC most often when it comes to damage. So there's really nothing else to say about this super move other than, you know, it does more damage. In every other way, I'd say this super is a lot better. You know, it goes full screen, you combo from it, but Galick Gun doesn't really have any, you know, real properties to it. There are certain characters that do benefit from it. So, like in my Krillin guide, you can actually set up his level 3 with this move. You know, since it's a beam, it actually pauses the opponent and basically sets up Krillin's level 3. So there are some uses for it, but like I said, most of the time you're basically only going to be using this as a combo ender super, because it just does more damage. But overall, it's just, you know, an average super. You know, it's pretty good, but, you know, it's okay. Alright, the last super we have is Vegeta's level 3, which is his final flash attack. So as you can see, it is a beam super, and it gives Vegeta 43 frames of knockdown, or Oki, and as well as his level 5 does the exact same thing. So if you hold down an input, he'll do this animation here. So Vegeta having a level 5 dramatically increases his damage output, which he already did a lot of damage, but now he can really do some damage, and he can actually DHC into this as well. You can also do Final Flash in the air, as you can see here. You know, since it has 42 frames of Oki, that means you can safe jump from it. You know, something like that is in the corner. The example I use is that actually is a safe jump. You know, doing IAD is a lot more committal than just jumping and pressing the button. Anyway, so the level 3 and the level 5 basically gives you the exact same amount of Oki. It's just, you know, the damage is a lot higher when it comes to his level 5. I mean, look at this thing. It does so much damage. You know, so like I said about his pummel attack doesn't get affected by double super scaling. So, you know, if you have enough meter, you can do level 1 into level 3 into level 5, and basically that with Spark can pretty much kill any character. So, you know, Vegeta's output is really high when it comes to, you know, his super attacks. So I'd say his super attack spread is pretty good. Each of his super attacks give you, you know, some reason to use them. You know, the pummel attack is full screen and is useful for zoning. Galick Gun is good for certain characters and does the most damage. And then his level 3 can be useful pretty much in any situation. It being, you know, doable in the air and on the ground, and as well as being able to be converted into a level 5. So, yeah, I'd say his supers all around are pretty good. Alright, so all in all, I think Vegeta has a really good toolkit. You know, his Rekkas pretty much all serve different functions, so none of them feel like wasted slots. His command grabs are all good across the board. You know, his light one is the combo ender, the medium one is good against zoning, and then the EX is pretty much the combination of the two. You know, his big bang attack is plus on block, allowing you to regain pressure, and his super attacks are really good. Like I said, serving different purposes. This guy hitting full screen and helping with zoning. This guy setting up certain characters and then giving damage. And his final flash being able to be done in the air and the ground. And it can be converted into a level 5. So I think, in my opinion, that he has some of the best, one of the best toolkits in the entire game. Just given the fact that he has so many tools, and yet none of them feel like they're wasted slots. Every single one of them feel like they're important to his game plan. Now, some of them, you know, are weaker than others. You know, his EX command grab aren't better than his light and medium ones, but that's not to say that this guy is completely useless. Like, it still gives you a combo mid-screen. You know, it still gives you the level 1, you know, if you use it. You know, you still get that if you use it, so it's like, you know, even though certain moves are weaker than others, you know, his entire toolkit overall is like of use. You know, you're not playing Vegeta and then not using a certain move. You know, you're playing Vegeta and you're using his entire toolkit. So I think that makes him one of the most varied and fun characters in the game, just on that alone. So I'd say Vegeta's toolkit is really good. So with that being said, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed this guide. I really hope you guys, you know, stick around for the other parts, because next time I'm going to be going over Vegeta's pressure, mix-ups, and Oki. So we'll have fun with that as we talk about how to schmix people, because that's what this character is really good at. You know, if you're playing Blue Vegeta, you're playing him to mix. So we'll get into that next time. So with that being said, guys, I really hope you guys enjoyed yourselves, and I will see you guys in the next video. Sayonara.